If a bad guy breaks in my house, he will see the judge. Sarge 1911 here, and welcome to the Hideout. Today we're going to talk about what we keep on our nightstand. But first, please guys, click subscribe. Click the little ringy dingy to get your notification. And one thing I've been really forgetting is click like. If you click the little like button if you like it. And there's a new button down at the bottom that says thank you, Sarge, for giving us a little bit of good information. Check us out at SGT 1911. Okay. You know, we hear this television commercial about what's in your wallet. Well, I'm going to ask you, what's on your nightstand? Some of you guys keep a lamp, an alarm clock, your cell phone, some glasses, a glass of water, maybe a Bud Light can, whatever. The Sarge keeps a judge on a nightstand. Now, notice it's on the nightstand. It's not in one of the little lock boxes. Why? We teach our children gun safety. All right, but what we're going to talk about is a judge. Excuse me. The Judge 410 45 long Colt handgun, not a 410 shotgun, 3 foot long on your nightstand, but a nice little handgun. Now this one here is the Public Defender. This is the Taurus Judge model Public Defender. There are probably about a dozen models of these things. You know, they come in different materials, they come in different colors, they come in different barrel lengths. You can get a 3-inch, a 6.5 inch, a 2.5 inch, 3.5 inch, everything. Now, one thing I found unique about this one right here, if I go looking at Judges, they say the 2.5 inch is the shortest one. This one here, I'm measuring just 2 inches of barrel length. So this one, I don't know if this is just that old or whatever, but I'm only getting like 2 inches of barrel length out of it. And so maybe it's a little smaller. This one is actually, and I'm going to try to see if you can see it, the Public Defender. You see it there, it says Public Defender on the top. And it's got like a 2 3/4 inch cylinder out here for your shotgun shells or your 45 long Colt. This gun's not anything handgun, not anything new to people, but you know it is like a double action, you know, single action, with the hammer's got the little spur on it out here on the end like some of the old handguns. The slide opens, or the cylinder opens by pushing the button here. You can ejector, hand ejector. It's nice to carry around. No, it's not. It's heavier than a ton. The thing weighs about 30 ounces, but look how big it is. I mean, you can carry some guns that are, you know, revolvers this big, but this thing's got some heft to it. This does have a nice rubberized pistol grip. It does have a nice shape to it. Even got some little spots here for your fingers to go. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it as far as carrying it. I even have a holster for it. I had to order the holster somewhere. It fits in there, covers it nice and well. Pretty well got some retention on it. I like it. You know, and especially what it's for. It's for keeping that shotgun beside the bed that's not taking up a lot of space. It don't look too redneck leaning up against the wall, although I got one of them too. But, you know, the sights on it, you know, I'm going to pull a hammer back. No, I'm not going to pull a hammer back. Look at the sights on it. It's just got a cut groove in here. And then it's got the high visibility sights up here on the front. So I don't know if you can see those. Tilting around a little bit. See if I can look at it. Alright, we got that. You know, it's a nice little self-protection. This one being the Public Defender, and that's what it means. Defend yourself with it. You know, some people keep AR-15s. I'm going to get into some controversy. Some people keep AR-15s. Some people keep rifles. Some people the 1911, the 45 ACP, you know, a 357 Magnum. All those are good, but all those go through the walls. So we have to remember when we're shooting these things, you're responsible for the bullet once it leaves the gun until it stops. So you don't want to have something that goes through the brick walls and goes outside and goes into the neighbor's house when you're trying to defend yourself. And that's why I believe like a shotgun is the better home defense, especially in a close range thing. This thing, you know, it's not unusual for me to hear something screwy. I just reach up and walk around the house, kind of looking outside, never turning on the lights because the bad guys see me before I see him. And I just walk around the house and see what I see. Fortunately, to date, I'm not seeing anything. But let's talk about some downsides of it. I mean, is it a great self-defense weapon to keep in the house? Absolutely. I mean, I want to point out too that the ejector is fully enclosed here and covered. Most modern handguns that have that, way years ago, they still had these things uncovered out here, but today's modern ones, they keep them in a shroud right here. So anyway, let's talk about the pros and cons of it. Pro, excellent self-defense. I keep it hidden. I can carry it if I want to. I can keep it in the glove box. I can keep it where I want to. It's a handgun shotgun. Scatter. Woo! Not going to miss. Going to scare shit out of you if I miss you. But I'm probably not going to miss. Nice. They're not expensive. Probably $500, $525. Somewhere will get you one. Barrel lengths 3 inches up to like 6.5 inches. And then I got like the 2.5. This one being 2 for some odd reason. Now, con. Ammo. Critical defense. This stuff is some bad stuff, and what I mean by bad stuff, we're talking about it's kind of a mix between a double-aught buck and a shotgun. It's got so many pellets in it and so many slugs in it. It's got like a single slug, let's say a single slug with some steel shot in it. And you see right on the thing here it says Defender 410. So this shotgun shell is made for this handgun. Bad thing about it is, I bought this box been a couple years ago. This is $15. It's gone up considerably since then. Another bad thing about it, which is the primary reason I bought the gun, I thought, well, I'll just go buy a box of, at the time, $5 shotgun shells, 410, and shoot just regular Winchester 410 shotgun shell in it. These being number 9s. But there's a problem. And we'll try it out here today, but I'm going to see if you can see it. The primers on the Defender is set up here where we get a good strike. On the cheaper ammo, the primer is set down in. I don't get a good strike and the ammo will not fire. Now, is that going to be the case today? Probably not, because I'm trying to demonstrate it to you, but I cannot for the life of me get this stuff to fire reliably in this handgun. The expensive stuff I can. You know, this thing's going to give you 1 slug and a handful of pellets. This is going to give you a lot more pellets. I would prefer this because, you know, woke up from the middle of the night asleep, I'm going to have 5 opportunities out of this to hit my target. Out of this, I'm going to have a whole shitload of opportunities. It only takes 1 pellet. This is what I prefer to shoot. Not just because it's cheaper, I just, in my personal opinion, it's a better deal than this. Will they work? Yeah, they'll work. I was just trying to get by cheap. And sometimes cheap is, like Grandpa says, you pay a nickel for something, you get a nickel's worth. But it's a nice little gun. Somebody asked me, lady, at a gun show here recently, like 2 ladies come up and asked me, said, what do I think about a Judge for self-protection? I said, absolutely. You know, there's no safety. You load it, you pick it up, pull the trigger, you get in a panic. Hell, you know, most of the time the bad guy sees gun, he's running. If he hears gun, he's definitely running. And you don't have to have as much training on something that's as simple as a revolver, where all you have to do is pull the trigger. That's it. You know, you get into a panic, especially these ladies maybe living alone or something, she could just pull it up and just keep pulling the damn thing until it's empty, and bad guys either dead or gone. So that's a good self-defense weapon for somebody who doesn't train a lot on it. What I'm going to do real quick though, I'm going to check the trigger on it just to be doing it. like I said, single action, double action. We got it pulled back in single action mode, and we're going to clear it and try it out, and we'll see what it does. Come on, baby. 4.8 out there, so not bad at all for a Taurus revolver. Now these things are not, I think there's one out there called the Governor. I believe it's maybe Smith & Wesson makes a Governor. I don't have one, I can't compare them. But you know, the Taurus is known to be not a terribly expensive handgun. I think they're made in Brazil, imported into Florida, something like that. A lot of us have Taurus handguns. You guys have Taurus handguns. You girls have Taurus handguns. They're fine enough handguns. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. It's got a decent finish on it, nice and black. Public defender, and that's what it's made for defense. So I'm gonna go outside here in a minute. Let's go see if we can do some little shooting and plinking and see if it'll go. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, gang, we're at the range. Got out today the Judge, this being the public defender model. Got 2-inch barrel, 2 3/4 inch chamber, so you can't shoot. You gotta be careful what you put in there. Nice little handgun. It's what to keep by the nightstand for the booger man. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna start off with some of this Hornady Critical Defense. And this stuff was specifically designed for this handgun, basically. This stuff has, now this is what I'm concerned about. It's a little pricey, but it has 1 slug and 2 round balls in it. That's it. So you got 3 opportunities to hit the bad guy. So I mean, that's not a whole lot. It's probably gonna make a whole lot of bang, but you know, you're gonna have to be close because you've got 3. Not a single one, but you do have 3. So it is better than a slug. It's probably better than a single shot pistol, but we're not getting out of it what we think. It's not getting the shotgun effect out of this thing. So we're gonna load up, it holds 5. We're gonna put 5 in there. Put this in, and we're gonna shoot 5 rounds. Let's just shoot them in single action at first. It does have a little recoil in it, and we're going to use this ejector, hand ejector, and click them all out. So, you know, it is stiff. I mean, it is stiff to have a shotgun shell in your hand. It's not 12, but it's 410. Let's go ahead and shoot a couple more. Load it up again. See if we can do that again. That's, you know, I'm like a drug addict when I smell that powder burning. Gotta keep going. Can't stop. But you know, I was a little disappointed in the fact that 1 slug and then 2 pellets. You know, I was hoping to get a little bit more coverage out of it, but you know, I want my paint to just go as cover as much as I can. Now let's try some double action. Uh-oh, had a misfire. Let's open the handgun right here. Light strike, you can see it right there. You see that light strike. So let's go ahead and run it around a couple of times. Got it the second time around. So there's where I'm talking about dependability is not what I was hoping it would be. Now that's on the high dollar ammo. That's on the stuff that was designed for this. It didn't do it every round, but it did do it. That could have been the critical round that I needed to save myself or my family, and I get a light strike. So now I'm gonna move over to some cheap Winchester AA stuff. And let me just open this box and see. Now, unlike the critical defense, which is expensive, this stuff costs 1/3 or less as much money. But here's the problem. I had a whole lot of more light strikes. The good thing about shooting the cheap ammo is it is cheap, but also this stuff doesn't have 3 pellets in it. This stuff has somewhere up closer between 250 and 300 pellets in it. And that's why I was wanting to shoot the less expensive ammo. Not necessarily because it's less expensive, because you see I do have some good stuff and I am willing to burn it for you guys, but the problem is I want coverage. I want, if somebody's coming down the house, I don't want 3 little pellets going down the hallway and this guy's trying to duck and weave because he sees a gun. I want a pattern. I want a pattern. I want to hit his ass. I don't want to scare him. If you're in my house, that means you intend to do me harm. I'm not willing to let that happen. So I wanted a big pattern where Mrs. Sarge 1911, she's not going to miss. She may be closing her eyes and shooting, but she's not going to miss. You come in jacking with her, she's going to hurt your ass. So then we got 5 of these in, and let's see how well they do. We'll just do these single action. Oh, nothing. 1. Nothing. 1. Nothing. So out of that, I had a couple of light strikes, and if you get the camera up here, you can see the light strikes here, light strike here, light strike. So we have double the light strikes on the cheaper ammo. Not good. Not good. And you know, how did I find that out? I was out here trying to shoot it with like cheap ammo so I wasn't burning my good stuff, and I was really disappointed. So I had 3 of the 5 go off, and what we'll do is I'm going to load those 2 back with some more and try them again. And these being, like I said, these ain't little cheap low brass shotgun shells. They're decent shotgun shells, but they're not, the handgun just is not consistent and not reliable that it shoots every round when I pull the trigger. And you know, so in effect this dog won't hunt, and I don't like that. So let's try it again. Look at that. I got 2 of the 5 rounds out there. So you know, self-defense, public defender, guys, I keep it by the bedside, but I keep something else there too. I keep the shotgun sitting there. My opinion, if you're wanting to risk your life on this thing, don't do it. I don't think it would be, if you're buying it for self-protection, pass. Go buy something else. Get you a single shot shotgun if you want to. Get you another handgun if you want to. Anything. Hell, get a brick, because at least a brick's going down range. This is not going to go down range every time. Not dependable, not reliable. I know there are other models out there. You may get one that works that way. As you can see, this one is not. Where is it? It's not going to be in a shot shell, because, well, it could be in a shot shell, but either way, it's not what I would say is worth the effort to defend my life or my family's life or anything else. So my opinion, guys, when it comes to the Judge public defender, pass. Get something else. Until we get to shoot again, shoot safe and shoot straight. Hoo.